What is the role of the school board?
Oh, okay. Yes. The role, that's something that after doing many researches, I wanted to figure that out. One, we are the superintendent's boss. We That is something that I feel like the board, I don't want to, I'm not, I'm about, I feel like I'm going to throw some people under the bus. And I've just been so upset with the boards in the past and our current board members now, is that they don't realize that they're here to work with us, our voice, but also to just keep our superintendent, they are the superintendent's boss. I put in a questionnaire is that they need to keep up with keeping by putting the superintendent under review. And I always look back at it as like an IEP process, because that's something that I'm familiar with. We set goals for my son. They need to set goals. If she's not meeting up with those goals, and they're not putting, the children and the parents and the teachers first, then we need to redo something with what's going on with the superintendent. Me going out and visiting schools, I feel like the board members should do that as well, should talk to you guys. By the time there is a board meeting, they are representing, they know what's going on in their community, and they can be the voices that you guys need the board to be. And so that is, I feel like, is the role. Is the one, you are first thing first. You are the board superintendent's boss. Let's hold her accountable. Let's hold the district accountable. Let's be the voice for you guys. Let's be the voice for the parents and for the students. Let's just bring it. Let's be a voice for all children. So
Thank you. What is the role of the school board?
Oh, I was looking over to your chat to see if it was there. Sorry, I didn't see it. The role of the school board, I think, is the main the responsibility of the school board is to maintain a supervision of the superintendent, to manage the superintendent, and to supervise and to manage the school, but the community's resources, right? The money that comes into the community from the community to support the operations of the schools and the school district. So I think we are the school board is the fiduciary responsibility for operating this school district. They don't directly make the budget, or they don't directly set school policies. They do enforce policies that are related to the things that the school board has the prerogative to establish. So the kinds of policies that the school board establishes are things like hiring and firing policies that relate to the uh, general guidelines around how we operate as a district. So I think primarily focused on managing the administration and making sure the administration is adhering to the kinds of things that are necessary to provide quality education for kids in this community.
Thank you.
What is the role of the school board?
The school board is the superintendent's boss. And so as the candidate for that, that's the role that I'll be going in there. I feel that I need to be able to represent not only the students and the staff and the teachers within my district, but also be able to reflect them and their views and their values on how it's going to affect overall all the students without the entire district. And I'm not here to be a yes man to a superintendent that doesn't hold the values and necessities needs for our students in this district. If they're not doing the best job that they can, if they're not being transparent, if they're not doing a lot of the things that have been going on with our past few superintendents, then they need to be fired. And it's just, that's just what it is. You can't ask our students to hold virtues and values and hold them accountable to things if the adults are not doing the same thing, and they should have more care for our students than anything else. And if they're not doing that, then I have no problem with telling them directly and voting against them on items that aren't the best needs for our students.
Thank you.
Is what is the role of the school board?
Excellent. So I believe the role of the school board is to set policies for the district, for the students. But I think my belief is, I think OUSD needs to set a social justice, racial equity policy that really includes all of our members in the community, our LGBTQ plus, our undocumented students, our immigrant students, our Black kids, our brown kids. That is the policy that I would like to see. That is one. Number two, the school board should hold the administrator, the leader, the educational leader, the superintendent accountable. Really drive the policy and ask the superintendent to implement the policy and the procedures. I think one of the things I would like to see is more accountability on the leadership part and district officials as well. I think that is something that is really important. In my own experience, our union, UESF, has helped elect 5 of the 7 board members for the San Francisco School Board. So I've worked closely with board members on a regular basis to understand the importance and the impact that board members can have on policies throughout the district of San Francisco. I would like to bring that experience to Oakland. I believe we can have an educator board member represent the interests of the community, of the educators, of the students and the parents. It is about time that we actually use our collective power to move ideas that will support our community and our kids. We cannot wait any longer. I want to be your choice. I lead with a racial justice lens. Thank you.
Thank you.
Including, which may be the next question, board policy
Yeah,
6006.
Space in between them, and I forgot. Like if I press return, it'll post it. It won't do a space.
Okay,
Sorry.
I'm not looking at the
Okay.
questions, but I that's like, what's the first thing you're going to do? And that's the first thing is to say, Jamoki Hodge was saying the other day, but we have to do this. We're legally required to. Oh, I think that was when she was arguing that they needed to co-locate Francophone at Brookfield, which was horrendous to do that during the lockdown. And it's not legal. I mean, they made up this policy and it can be changed. I was thinking the other day, what's the wording for what we say? We support community schools. We will not favor privatizers. We're going to have to work on we're going to have to look at cutting anybody who does not work directly with children. I think we're going to be losing a lot of money after this COVID-19 mess we're in. The state's not going to have money. We're going to need to be bare bones, but that's, I think, going to be my deciding line is if you don't work with kids, your job is not safe. And that means there are some contractors who are actually after school programs. I don't want to cut those, but I do want to cut people who are sitting and doing studies of, we don't have time to be paying people to talk about studying something when what we need to get is to get it done. We don't need to have all that testing Testing doesn't help kids, doesn't help us know anything about the kids. So I'd get rid of all the testing except for what's absolutely mandated by state. So that'll cut a bunch of jobs. Anyway, we can't necessarily, like, I'd get rid of the cops. As we've discovered from experience, you can't do that immediately because they have union contracts. But we can give them warning and we can get it started on day one. You should start looking for someplace else to work. And because we're not planning on keeping this up. This is ridiculous to have a school police department.
So
So yeah.
the next question is,